Hi, welcome to Surviving Motherhood. Hey, if you've been reading here for a little while, you probably know that I'm going through a scripture memory challenge this year. Every 2 weeks, I'm adding one verse to Psalm 139. And so this past week, I added a new verse. I'm up to verse 5 now, and I want to talk about that psalm with you today a little bit. Okay, let's see how I do. Psalm 139, verses 1 through 5. O Lord, you have searched me and you know me. You know when I sit and when I rise. You perceive my thoughts from afar. You discern my going out and my lying down. You are familiar with all my ways. Before a word is on my tongue, you know it completely, O Lord. You hem me in, behind and before. You have laid your hand upon me. At verse 5 is what I added this week. That's really what I want to talk about today. You hem me in, behind and before. You have laid your hand upon me. Have you ever experienced God that intimately? Think about that, being hemmed in, behind and before. That means He's behind you. He's got your back. He's before you. He's where you're going. He's already there. He's all around you. He's laid His hand upon you. That's comforting to me. I hope it is to you too. Last week in this video devotion, I told you that I was going through something that was kind of a bigger test of my trust, feeling like God was saying, hey, can you trust me now? Well, that's still going on. But I think it's so sweet of Him to add this verse to my memory challenge right now, to remind me that in the middle of this whole big thing, He's behind me, He's before me, He's got His hand upon me. I'm not alone in this. And whatever you're facing, you're not alone either. Okay, now I'm going to share with you one of my quirky little silly things that I do sometimes, but it's really a blessing to me, and I hope it will be to you too. When I need to be reminded that I am safely in my Father's arms, I get a blanket and I wrap it around myself, and I imagine that it's God's arms wrapped around me, and I sit. Maybe I cry if I need to. Maybe I just am quiet and peaceful and think about His love for me. Whatever your situation is today, whatever it is that you need to be reminded that He's behind you and He's before you and He's got His hand upon you, why don't you go grab yourself a nice blanket and wrap it around and sit in the presence of a God who loves you more than you can imagine. Have a wonderful, Jesus-full day. And Maya, I'll see you on Friday.